Sweetie, we need to talk. We've needed to for a while. I have. I mean, I feel like... Can you sit?
Sweetie, my relationship record indicates a guy who's bad news. You see, I have a history, a pattern, so to speak, of coming on very fast and hard in the beginning of a relationship, of saying I love you very early on. It's not as if how many of them I've said it to is not an understandable question or concern, but if it's all right, it's just not what I'm trying to talk to you about. So I want to hold off on things like names or numbers and just try to be honest with you about what my concerns are. Because I care about you a great deal.
I'm not explaining this well. I'm not getting through. I'm really starting to freak out. And I know it's insecure, but it's very important to me that you believe that I have meant it.
Absolutely every time I told you that I loved you.
Every time. I know I should have told you some of all this about me sooner, before you moved all the way out here, which, believe me, meant so. It made me feel you really cared about this, especially because you're moving out here was something I lobbied so hard for. School,
Your apartment.
having to get rid of your cat,
Stitches, Snookers, Mr. Fluffy. And I know a better guy probably would have told you about this before we even slept together.
And despite how incredibly magical and ecstatic and right it was...
Can you imagine what it takes to tell you this? That I'm terrified? That it's even possible that the pattern of sending out mixed signals and pulling away is just another way of pulling away?
Maybe deep down I'm such a coward that I can't pull away myself, so I somehow force you into doing it.
Those are valid, totally understandable questions, sweetie. There's just one more thing I feel like I have to tell you about first, though.
God, I am terrified to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you.
Can you do me a favor and sort of brace yourself and promise not to react for a few seconds after I tell you? Can you promise? Can you promise? Can you promise?